Camélia tá de boa. Sujeito aqui, vem cá.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Vambora.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise
Vou tacar o
to
pau
let
nessa
you
live aqui,
describe
velho.
me something. I don't feel like I should.
Dá o remédio pro sujeito.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Beleza.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Curado, 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 curado. Agora tem um povinho do outro lado de cá. Agora tem que curar o povo do outro lado, mano. Usando pra cada um, pra lá. Porque agora o resto da galera tá tudo ali no canto. Tudo ali acumulado do outro lado lá. Oh, dá licença, parça. Ó, deixou o cara a pneumonia.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor? In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say a live tenant's a paying tenant.
Since I took an
Deixa eu
oath
entregar isso
to
aqui,
help
cara. Você não sai daqui também.
Can I be of assistance?
Quando eu deve ter
Seen
feito, já
many
não
days,
fez.
that's for sure.
Eu não consegui bater papo com esse cara, né, mano? Bater papo com todos, menos esse cara aqui, né?
Infecting
remédio,
you is
gente.
probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this in any case.
What? Give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
Vamos tentar tirar alguma coisa dele, que esse cara foi atacado da última vez, mano. Deixa eu ver aqui. Aqui, ó, deixa eu ver aqui.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
Não. Então vamos ver outra coisa aqui. Perguntas pessoais.
I want to
O
know
motivo do seu
everything about the
ataque.
recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Nem você merece um destino tão cruel.
I don't believe even you deserve such a cruel fate, though you have tested my patience beyond its limit.
Glad to hear. Nice to know there's another civilized individual in these parts. Not like those bloody savages.
Tá, então ainda pense no seu. Ainda pensa
You
no
seem
seu
to have
ataque.
recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. It made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you.
Isso aí. Sua vida em Londres é.
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
Interessante.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here,
Tirar mais informações desse
especially
cara aqui.
considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
Tell me,
O que você acha da situação de Londres, meu parceiro?
violence in London.
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
Beleza, beleza,
What
beleza.
help
Como eu ajudaria esse
possibly
menino
be
aí?
to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you and take what I require. If that should happen, there will be no need for a middleman.
So it's a no then. That's too bad.
Nossa,
Reed
estoura aqui
tonic
baixada, sei
could
lá.
have really helped people, you know,
Porra.
save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swambra shit.
Beleza, beleza, beleza. Voltando. Tá, saquei quais são os seus tipos de coisas. Todo, notícias sobre o ambulatório, sobre a situação
How are
atual do
conditions in Whitechapel at present?
The way this sickness is spreading, I don't think there'll be enough new bloods to replace those tenants I'm losing from this bloody thing.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Heard it closed after the owners died. Refugees don't want to come to Whitechapel no more. Scared, I hear.
You sound disappointed.
As long as she was there at the dispensary, it attracted more immigrants and kept my place full. Such a shame.
Have you heard anything about
Ô,
Nurse Crane?
porra, mano, aqui no mesmo lugar toda hora.
Really?
Voltando,
Goodbye,
voltando.
Mr. Bates.
Falou. Achei a Sherbury. Deixa eu dar uma parada pra ele. Oxi, tá carregando, mano?
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Normal, uns books pra variar. Vamos ver aqui, vamos negociar, visas em
You look
Londres,
ill,
não.
Miss Swanborough.
Eu
I
quero
wonder
dar
if
só
you
remédio pra
can
você e
call
vazar,
me.
minha querida.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Well, there you have it.
Cura seu
Take this
resfriado,
remedy,
moço, e vaza.
but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
Goodbye,
Falou.
Miss Swanborough. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Cláudia, aquele cara já morre também. Eu tô sem coisa pra dar pra ele. Resfriado, resfriado, resfriado. Deixa eu dar com esses caras de
Good evening,
resfriado.
Mr. Petrescu. What are you
Oh,
doing
o
here?
Portesco tá vivo,
The
mano.
exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
curar ele primeiro.
How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu? Do you need my help?
I would not even accept fresh water from you, Doctor. I don't need your help.
Yes.
Só o remédio, fica quieto, doutor, senhor pretexto.
You'll feel better.
I said I don't want anything. But I'll keep this for those who really need it.
How is
Uma
the
coisa
sanitary
aconteceu, mano.
in Whitechapel?
Terrible, to say the least. Maybe now you understand the importance of Dorothea's work here. But you never cared, did you?
That's quite an accusation.
Stop pretending, Mr. Doctor. All you wanted was to confront Dorothea. You never intended to help Whitechapel's people.
There isn't just one way to help Whitechapel.
Your way seems to attract sorrow and despair, Mr. Doctor. Your kind of care is not what Whitechapel needs.
Grosso.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember
Quem tá culpando eu ainda, mano?
convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
Tenta a sorte, dá a sorte aqui, porra.
What do you plan to do?
Porque eu errei, mano.
Nurse Crane is gone.
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
Que tipo de
What
histórias?
kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold
Caraca.
listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
Caraca, mano.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will
Não
be
foi culpa minha
so
não, mano. Eu só
pleased.
errei só a fala daí, caralho.
I regret it too. I wish she'd continued working at the Pembroke Hospital. She was a good nurse.
So you put an end to the operation. Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Acho que eu já falei esse negócio da Carmélia, né, mano? Não lembro ao certo. Não tem mais nada pra de
Goodbye,
sobre
Mr. Petrescu.
sobre o senhor pretexto.
I'm so sorry.
Tem a Xing-Ling aqui, tá aí. A Chun-Chun.
Pain has made me blind. There are so many people who could use my...
Deixa eu
Good
falar
evening,
com ela.
Zhao Shu.
Wang Shanghao, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
How do you feel?
Tó, só vem te entregar seu remédio e pronto,
I
final.
don't feel good, Dr. Reed. Not at all.
You should recover quickly after taking this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye for now.
Porra, mano. Sinistro. Então, beleza, vamos navegar um pouco aqui nesse mapa. Eu tenho que chegar aqui nesse lugarzinho aqui, mas eu tenho que ir lá no contrário. Então vamos voltar à nossa missão principal então do game, então. Deixa eu salvar esse cara da fadiga que esqueci de falar com ele.
right? Now piss off.
Do you need
Esse cara
assistance?
bruto, mano. Esse cara
Feeling tired these days.
Zezinho, velho. Tá
There you
esse
go.
cara aqui.
Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
Boa, falou pra você, young man. Isso aí, mano. Vou ter que descer por aqui, velho. Ratos, ratos, ratos. Eu tô com ratos aqui no par de casa. Isso aí, tem que ir descendo. Vamos descendo, vamos descendo. Isso. Pra lá não, pra cá.
I cannot enter.
Que merda, mano. Não abre desse lado. Tem que voltar tudo agora, mano. Fazer mó tour aqui agora. Nossa, puta que eu pariu, mano. Agora que não dá pra ir por esse lado, eu vou ter que vir por aqui. Por ali e vazar.
We distribute flowers at this hour.
Não é pra lá mesmo.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
Por aqui eu desço dali do outro lado lá. Cara, vi dar mó tour aqui agora, mano. Era só contornar o bagulho ali, velho. Jogo do mal também de vez em quando também. Jogo malvado também de vez em quando, hein? Caraca, hein, velho? Poxa! Tá bom, tamo indo. Tô chegando, esse lado aqui eu vou. Esse lado aqui não. É desse lado, mas é pra cá, ó. Pela na mãe do lobisomem. Ah, Mostra de sangue intenso aguado. Caraca, velho.
It's locked.
Ah, mano, de novo, velho. Pra que lado eu tenho que ir, velho? Ô, será que eu tenho que ir lá no Pembroke? Ah, mano, vocês estão me tirando esse jogo, velho. Ah, de novo, mano. Nossa, mano. Não, só tem cara ali pra lutar. Mano! Tem que vazar mesmo, mano. Nossa, tem que dar uma tour, velho. Não acredito nisso. Tem que dar uma tour, chegar lá do outro lado, Nossa, mano, jogo do mal, mano. O jogo foi bem filho da puta comigo agora, velho. Sem zoas. Ah, dor da orelha. Tá, vamos continuar então. Então, vamos achar a bendita entrada no lugar que eu quero. Nossa, tá mentira. Entrar essa ponte. Ah, não, mano, você tá me tirando.
I cannot enter.
Legal, então o cara vou ver os caras se matar ali com as brincadeiras e ficou tudo em ordem. Amostra de sangue aguado. Ali tem uma casa ali, mas mano, não faz sentido.
It's locked.
Não faz sentido ainda. Vamos atravessar essa biroça então. Do contrário, pra lá. Direção certa. O pai tá indo na direção certa agora, hein? Vamos entrar em batalha aí, porque não compensa. Ah, mano, aquela bagaça de novo, mano.
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away, whoever you are.
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I am not your champion.
But of course you are, son. As surely as you are the blood of my blood.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence!
Mano, de novo.
Tired of all these puppet shows.
Tem um bagulho ali aqui. Ah, aquele modo farmando, né? Aliás, quantas coisas eu tenho, mano? 2 pila já de coisa, mano. Precisa achar uma. Já é só achar uma. Que lado que eu ando?
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor fool did, nobody deserved this kind of punishment.
Caraca, mano. Que zoado da porra, mano. Que zoado da porra. Deixa eu ver aqui. Tô no lugar certo, né?
Stupid beast! What's up with it? I'll kill it! Die!
Agora tem vampiro também, os vampiros fortes ainda por cima. Caraca, tô fudido. Isso mesmo. Ela falou pra me encontrar ela aqui. Legal, vambora. Vamos entrar
So
aqui.
this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Aqui é o ponto de encontro, mano. Esse aqui é o ponto de encontro. E pelo jeito aqui tá da hora. Esse é o queridinho ponto de encontro. Mansão Asherbury, estável.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death
Tô
and
bem,
affliction
tô bem,
seem
não bem,
beyond
bem, mas tô bem, mas tô bem.
Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him, but I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampires through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
Tá bom, vamos voltar aqui. O meu
I
criador
came to
pode
the
ser
conclusion
poderoso.
that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
Eu senti o
I
poder
felt
dele.
this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
I think I should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
Eita! Vamos lá, vamos seguir ela, vamos ver pra onde ela vai me levar,
I
mano.
must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course, to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Ai, que zoado.
So, my lady, Why, truly, did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Porra, então os vampiros
Will they
corruptos.
fight
Você é
the
louco,
guard
mano.
at Prewen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first. But it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Não era pior, mano. O cara tá piorando o jogo,
Why not
velho.
ask for your help?
Cara,
Since you are
que
obviously
história do
powerful
cacete
and
esse jogo aqui, na
influential
moral,
over
mano.
yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Should I trust them?
Of course not. Do not misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Concordo.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I
Ok,
lie
vai.
to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
Porra, tem presidente, monte de coisa. Você é louco, velho.
What
Vamos
can you
tentar
tell me
escutar,
about
vamos
Lord
discutir
Redgrave?
sobre então essa
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the
parada
Ascalon
aí.
Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he?
Oxi!
How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most
E aqui
influential
só eu lendo
secret
aqui prestando
society
atenção
in
nesse
the world.
negócio aqui, porque a
Not
história
all
tá
its
ficando
members are
complicada já.
immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
Any familiar or famous names?
As the richest, most relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
Porra!
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite. But we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for a second great hunt of our kind. And they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Prewen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Ekons I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
I think I saw them kill an Ekon on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
Caracas, manos,
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us as the cause of the epidemic.
How did you survive the first hunt?
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Boa!
You should flee then. Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here. There is a question I must ask you. Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Porra!
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I. Go to Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
Saquei.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it.
Eu sou o cara que
This is the
descobre a
best way
cura
to
da...
solve the
Um dos
crisis.
caras que descobre a cura da peste negra, tá ligado?
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
One day soon, I will have to find the answer.
Ah, esse seu
And I
outro.
shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
I want to thank you
Que não
for
precisa
all your
tanto assim, que as perguntas ali são
your help,
meio...
my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, Promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon.
Porra, que da hora.
We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
Amigo, né? Tá só tá rolando um breganete nesse negócio aí, bicho. Ei, da hora, mano. Vou botar a ação aqui no jogo, então. Já a gente tá batendo 4 horas de gameplay aqui na Twitch, tá? E o jogo tá monstruosamente monstro, velho. Isso é louco, o jogo tá cada vez melhor, velho. Vamos esperar passar as brincadeiras, né? Portão Furtburro, a grande caçada, fala com a Lady Ashburn, armário de sombras, enquanto o líder da casa ali conquista sua
Time
confiança.
to visit the Ascalon Club.
Novo diálogo disponível, então vou botar aqui que é um novo diálogo disponível, mano. Esses diálogos podem fugir. Pode desaparecer esses diálogos, né? Então é melhor a gente correr pro diálogo e depois a gente resolve o problema. Porque senão é muito trabalhoso, porra. Deixa eu ir lá no novo diálogo dela. Só liberou um novo diálogo pra mim, né? Cadê ela? Lá em cima. Vambora. Vambora. Pá, deixa eu formar aqui, porra.
Hello again, Jonathan. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Do you think we shall ever see better days? Or at least, better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime. Experience has taught me that one cannot outrun the fates.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Will you tell me your story?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Porra.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Concerning your investigation,
Yes?
are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Falou. Deu aquela pegada ainda no... Aquela farmada nas coisas ainda, né? Pra variar, né, Paulo? Vamos sair? E acho que agora seria um bom momento de achar um esconderijo, né, mano? Acho que vou voltar a alguns lugares aqui e achar um esconderijo pra mim. Pra eu ficar um pouquinho melhorzinho, tá? Agora seria um bom momento para encontrar o esconderijo e entrar nele antes de eu ir pra casa, né, desse lugar que a casa é a Showbrush. Os caras estão chamando aí, né? Canseira da festa. Vamos dar uma casa mais próxima aqui do pai. Pra cá minha casa. O esconderijo mais próximo meu é esse aqui. É exatamente pra esse lado aqui do estreito, né? Isso é só barulho de vampiro, mano. Isso aqui é a parte rica da cidade, tá ligado? Isso mesmo, por aqui mesmo. Tem uma cara, aqui tem um esconderijo meu que eu acabei descobrindo sem querer querendo. Deixa eu pegar essas coisas lá de lixo, pá. Bem em cima. Fechou! Beleza. Entrando na casa, Vamos ver se tem já algumas coisas suficientes para dar um upgrade de alguma arma aqui, né? Nível 4, não, falta 3 componentes para mim fazer isso. Na machadinha, nada, não. Deixa eu desfazer esse aqui. Boa. Tá bom, então vamos preencher. Pegar mais umas paradinhas aqui e deitar-me. Vamos deitar e ver o que vai dar agora. Que agora eu vou comprar mais algumas coisas. Estou com quase 3.000 de parada, né, velho? Deixa eu ver o que tem como fazer aqui. Olha. Comprei aquilo lá e vamos pegar mais uma defensiva que eu estou usando bastante ultimamente. Por enquanto isso aqui tá bom. A defensiva eu preciso de uma agressiva agora. Deixa eu dar um upgrade nessa névoa aqui. Achei 2 pilas, mano. 2 pilas, cara, pra dar um upgrade desse negócio aqui. Caraca, velho. Danatio. Duas pilas, mano. 2 pilas. Se não são 2 pilas, então eu vou fazer o seguinte. Eu vou melhorar meu condicionamento corporal que eu ganho mais, tá? Fechou, nível 19, ali vou eu. Falou, jogando, hein? Prontito, prontinho. Vou ser esse cara aqui agora. Estável, grave, mas pelo menos não fui tipo, perdi todo mundo, não, relaxa, os caras estão vivos aqui. Então fechou então aqui na nível 19, então é isso aí, galera, eu vou ficando aqui com o nosso querido doutor, tá? E eu volto mais tarde trazendo mais gameplay do Vampyr pra vocês, beleza? Eu vou ficando por aqui, então eu vou voltar mais à noite agora, tá? Aí eu continuo essa gameplay do Vampyr. Agora eu vou dar uma parada, tomar um café, me exercitar um pouco, que faz bem pra saúde, né? Beleza? Então é isso aí, galera. Valeu, falou, fui! Até já já, hein?